Okay, come to standing on your mat, feet pointed straight ahead, hip bone distance apart. Go ahead and straighten your arms out, open your collarbones, take a deep breath in, expand your rib cage out to the side, and just feel your feet on the floor, feel your body, pay attention to your breathing. Allow your breathing to bring your mind to the present moment so that you can spend this hour focusing on optimizing your alignment, talking to your cells, getting the lymph to flow, cultivating health in your body. Start with shoulder shrugs, open your collarbones, strong arms, glutes active, belly active. Slide your shoulders up to your ears and press them down 10 times. Feeling the shoulder girdle slide over your rib cage. Ten times. And release. And again, open it up. Feel your feet, bend your knees. Hug your legs in towards each other just a little bit to activate that entire line of muscles up the inside of your leg. Slide your arms up and press them down. And then take it into a shoulder roll, stiff arms up and forward and around 10 times. And backwards. Forward again. Shoulder rolls takes all of those complicated movements, all of the muscles, when we look at kinesiology of your shoulders, the muscles that retract your shoulders, the muscles that elevate your shoulders, that protract your shoulders, and then depress the shoulders. All of the muscles that work to hold the arm bone in the right place and the shoulders over your ribs up and back again get to work together here. We're starting to also have your body talk to your spine. All of those bones that your body views kind of as one unit. Good. Interlace your hands behind your back and just get really big through your rib cage. Take a full deep breath and then open up the front of the shoulder. The attachment of the pec major right into the arm bone, that tends to be rounded forward, and use that to open it up. Then press your forearms towards each other and pull your elbows apart to pull your shoulders more onto your back. Big full stretch. Now begin to roll the upper arm bone back. Get a little bit more, that might pull on the bicep tendon. Stay full through your upper back. Try to push your shoulder blades apart with your breath. and release. Take your arms out to the side, over to one side, letting the shoulder go over. I'm gonna take my arm all the way over my head, finding length through the side body, lat and serratus on the side of your body. Open that space, get longer and taller. Inhale, come up, over to the other side. Inhale, come up. Windmills help to align the spine, help adjust the shoulders over your rib cage, laterally flex the spine, drop a hip if you need to drop a hip. So good for so many parts. Also just lengthening the back muscles that might be doing something different than they're supposed to lately. So much sitting maybe. Good. And then from there, go right into your arm circles, arms out to the side, hold your fingers to touch your palms, circle forward, 40 circles. And backwards, palms up, arms out to the sides. Feeling that connection between the shoulder blade and the arm bone, down the back muscles, even into the back side of your body, that whole posterior chain, glutes, calves. In that line of fascia, it's called your superficial back line. From the base of your neck all the way to your heels, there's a connection between all of the muscles along a similar path that help to hold you up. Good, release it down, up onto your toes 10 times, working that same line of muscles that connects from the bottom of the foot all the way up to the base of your glutes. And then turn your toes out. Feel the outer hips pull the leg bones around. So if you weren't in touch with your butt muscles yet this morning, get in touch with them, feel them get pulled around, let it lengthen the front of your hips. That butt muscles oppose the hip flexors. So many of us are spending time here these days that being able to find this backside is an important thing to do every day. And then go into pigeon toe, toes together, heels out. Find the weight on the inside of your big toe, inside of your big heel. The muscles on the outside and the inside bring the whole leg bone around. That's just gonna help the hips sit better in the socket. Maybe help to align your pelvis. And then back to straight. 10 more. And release it down. Go into grabbing one or both of your blocks, or even you can put your hands on a chair and bend your knees, hip hinge, so that you're keeping your back as straight as possible and just allowing your body to go over. Hands on the blocks, maybe to the floor if that is easy for you today. And then feel your feet again on the floor. Feel the connection between the heel and the second toes. And weight your feet evenly. Pulling your hips back, imagine you have catcher's mitts at the base of your glutes and you're grabbing the top of your thigh bone And you're pulling it back. And then lengthen the side of your body. Take your right hand and reach it out. You can even take your spine into a bit of a crescent shape or curling to the side. Find length on that side of your body. Big full breath. Inhale fully, exhale. Fully out, one more. Inhale fully. Exhale fully out. Second side. Lengthen. Inhale fully. Exhale out. Inhale completely. Exhale. And then just let your body hang all the way down. But lengthen the hamstrings, bend your knees. And then pull your right leg up off the floor. If your hands are on a block or on a chair, that's okay too. Find the balance that's working for you. So come into kind of a scale. We use scales for treating supination in your feet or pronation. Hug it in, squeezing your feet towards each other, but still trying to lift that leg up high to the sky. See if you can get it to come up higher by finding the back side of your body. 10, 9, 8, keep going. And release it down. Switching sides. Hold it up there. Feel the muscles on the inside and outside of your foot, up the calf, on all sides into the inner thigh and outer hip. And then find that butt muscle that's lifting the leg up. Three more breaths. And release it down. Let your body hang all the way over and just see if that opened your hips up a little bit more. You can go farther down. And then take your hips so that they're just about as wide as your mat. Bend your knees. We'll use a little bit of foundation training here. Hands on the tops of your thigh bones. Press your thigh bones away from you so that you're getting longer through your torso. Then use the back side of your body to create that lift, that it's lifting it up toward the sky. And then bring your hands in front of you. Sphere of tension, fingertips together, hips back, reaching your arms and legs in opposite directions. Hold, find the calves. You might have to go up onto your toes a little bit to find them. Pull it back. Then up into your hamstrings. And then your glutes. Then lifting your hands up higher than your forehead. Feel your back muscles, make your glutes work, and come all the way to standing. Excellent. Hands on your back, pointed down, palms on your back. We're going to do one more leaning forward. This time get really big through your rib cage. Big full breath. And then one more on this pec opener. Pull your shoulders up onto your back. Glutes working, lean forward. Hold your arms up there, 3 full breaths. Fully in, fully out. Squeezing your elbows towards each other. Fully in, fully out. One more. Fully in and out. And release. Good. Back to your elbow curls. Feet pointed straight ahead on the floor. Now that you've moved your upper body around, fingertips to your palms, hands at your temples, elbows together so they touch, and back. Nice. Hands grabbing the back of your head now. We're gonna go into that side one more time. So elbows narrow towards your nose. Press your head back into your hands. Get more full through your torso. Big full breath. Bend your knees, pull your hips back, and then take your spine over, crescent shape again. Big opener. Keep leaning the side of your neck down, pushing the ribs to the sky. 2 more breaths. You can kind of pulse here a little bit too, back and forth between knees bending and upper body lifting up. And then back to the sit to neutral and over to the other side. Knees bend, hips go back. Reach your ribs up to the sky with moving with your breath. Meet the pulsation. And back up. Excellent. Come down onto your hands and knees. Take it into V knees, bringing your right foot up, hips go back, arm comes forward, and then switch sides, move slowly, connect to your breathing, hips back, arm forward, breath, switch. Getting that hip to externally rotate, and then come back, spine lengthening, making more space for each of those discs, each of the facets. Hips coming back. One more each side. And then into cats and dogs, moving into rounding and arching. One vertebrae at a time or all together, you choose what feels good to you today. Then coming down onto your back. Legs out straight on the floor. Feel your body on the floor. Shoulder blades underneath you, hips underneath you. Do a couple femur rotations just to get the leg bone to sit in the right spot in the hip socket. Separating the arms and legs a little bit from the torso or appendicular skeleton from the axial skeleton. And then let's bring your right leg up and we'll go into that femur rotation. So knee straight up to the ceiling, rotating the ankle in, letting the leg bone turn out. Crank it more so that you're controlling that external rotation of the femur. And then neutral, and then to the outside, internal rotation of the femur, ankle going wide. Watch that you maintain balance in your hip. The tendency is that the hip will want to lift. Keep it down while you get those muscles to turn that leg out. Good, in, ankle in, femur out. Crank it, crank it, crank it. Use all the muscles that you can find, increase that rotation. And then other side. Internal rotation. One more on the right side. External rotation of the leg bone. Internal rotation of the leg bone. And release. Left side. Ankle coming across your body, rotating the leg out. External rotation of the leg bone, crank it up. More muscles. And then neutral. Internal rotation of the leg bone. Keeping that knee straight up toward the ceiling. Coming across your body again. And ankle back out. And in once more. And out. Pull both legs up into a table. Do the same thing, ankles in, knees wide. This time you can let the knee go past neutral, that's okay. And then you're gonna go the opposite way, knees together, ankles apart. And just check how even they are between the two sides. We call these Susans, I don't know why. Out. And in, there should be a lot of abdominal work happening just to hold your legs up there. Out. And in, knees together, ankles out. A couple more of these, ankles together, knees out. Knees together, ankles out. And give yourself just a quick break. Bring your legs back up into a table and then cross the right ankle over the left ankle. We're gonna create a bind at the ankle and the knees. And I want you, it's kind of like double. I want you to squeeze the ankles towards each other and the knees towards each other at the same time. And find the muscles all around the legs that hold that, and then release. We'll just do about 5 of those. Ankle bind, knees together, squeeze that all in toward the midline. Release, squeeze, release. This is one you can do if you don't have a block or a strap. And you can just use your own body to create these binds. Give your belly a little break. And then switch the ankle cross. And squeeze in. Pull out with the ankles. So that you're using the leg bone to help rotate the femur and the hip socket a little bit. And then release. Finding those inside leg muscles all the way into your low belly. Hugging them together. And then release. Squeeze. Feel those belly muscles work. They should be tight. Release again. Now see if you can make a little bit of an arch happen in your low back even here. Hug in, release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. release, squeeze, release. Both feet on the floor, pelvic tilts, roll it back and forward. And then roll onto your belly. Grab both of your blocks for a floor block. Pigeon toe your feet, toes together. Let the outside edges of your pinky toes roll down toward the floor and press down. Arms out, hands and fists, thumbs up toward the ceiling. Tuck your front ribs underneath you. Then let that just pull on your arms a bit. Feel the side body get long. Bring your attention back to your breath. Expanding the backside of your lungs. Most of the breath, most of the lung is actually in the backside of your body. So see if you can bring more breath into the spaces where the cartilage is in between the lungs or the ribs, and expand into that backside. Hold that external rotation at the arm bone so that the arms are lengthened as far as they can. The shoulder girdle is up toward your ears, and then that external rotation is happening so the sides of the armpits are pulling down toward the floor. The shoulder blade has that downward action. Then move the blocks out to the corners of your mat. Once again, turn to your breathing. Feel all the way the connection from your feet up to your legs. Even the inside of the hip muscles can be pulling towards each other a little bit, so there's a broadening at the sacrum. That helps the low back move into its natural arch. Front ribs stay tucked under, and then breathe into your back body. And then take it wide, straight out from your shoulders into that T. With each breath that you breathe in, bring in health to your system. Exhale any fear or anything that's not serving you. Breathe in support for your system to align. Exhale any toxin that just needs to get out. And release out of that. Pressing up onto your hands and knees. And then let's use the strength that we just found in the shoulders and the shoulder position to go into that kind of push-up. So vertical arms coming forward, keeping the shoulders lifted. The elbows can go out to the side a little bit. Coming down and just hold. Feel the rounding happen in your upper back a little bit. Turn on your belly by tucking your tailbone slightly so that you have low belly turning on, and just hold. Shoulders stay lifted away from the floor. The whole arm should be working. Fingers into the floor and press back up. Reset your hands if you need to. Slight tuck at the tailbone. Push out, up through your shoulders, and then bending into that arm position and hold. Feel your belly, feel your arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up. We've got one more of those. Just feel strength come into the system. Once more. Lowering down. Rounding through your upper back. Tucking your tailbone. Feel the belly turn on. Shoulders stay lifted. Cultivate some heat in the body. And press back up. Good. One set of 10 push-ups, however you want to do it, feet or knees. Get more out. Breathe. And then release down to the floor. Come onto your elbows. Bend your knees again so that your hamstrings are working and your butt is working. And then that's gonna pull an arch into your low back. I want you to use the tuck of your tailbone down toward the floor to help your low belly turn on. And I want you to start by lifting your low belly up off the floor. So knees into the floor, and I just want you to pick your low belly up and try to tuck your tailbone more until you come into kind of a plank. But I want you to really concentrate on the low belly turning on. So feeling those low ribs, all the way down to the top of the pubic bone. Low belly active, supporting your back. Push up through your shoulder blades and make your upper back get more round. And then release all the way down to the floor. Take a breather. You may choose again to do that on your knees or tuck your toes all the way under and come up into a full plank on your elbows. But again, I want you to emphasize the lift at the low belly. So if you're going up onto your toes, really get your toes underneath you and then press through your shoulders and then lift and tuck your tailbone, press through and feel, again, low belly turning on, cranking on. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Nice work. Onto your side, bend your knees, bring your arms out, upper spinal floor twist. Opening up your upper back, knees stay together, hips stay stacked, allowing the spine to twist. Full breath out, squeezing the air out, fully in. Fully out. Fully in. Out. In. One more. And then untwist. Other side. Open it up, fully out, fully in, out, in, treating the whole body as a unit, letting the arm open, the shoulder blade move into the position that it's supposed to be in, the rib cage connected to the spine to rotate, the strength in your hips to be able to hold your pelvis stable. Full breath out, really squeeze it all the way out there. Alkaline your body with that full breath in. And untwist, coming onto your back. Feet on the floor, knees bent. Find your butt muscles, soften your belly. Feel that little bit of an arch be in your low back and tuck your shoulders underneath you. Have a curve in your neck. Find your hips. Squeeze your butt muscles, tighten and release. Feel your feet on the floor so that you are activating that whole chain. It's all connected from the bottom of your feet up to your calves, into your hamstrings, into your glutes. Tighten, release. If it's challenging to do that with your knees bent, go ahead and straighten your legs and see if you can get that glute contraction to happen there. Squeeze and release. Ten more. Grab your block and place it between your knees and do a set of knee pillow squeezes, squeezing that block, the inside of your knees. Hug in and release, finding those adductors. Squeeze and hold, and just really feel the strength of that muscle come into play. That main adductor muscle is an assistant hip flexor. It holds the femur in neutral so that it's not externally rotated or internally rotated. It can change how the femur and the tibia, the lower leg bone, is aligned. And even the fibula, the non-weight bearing bone on the outside of the leg. Bring that all together. Hug in, hug in, hug in. As you internally rotate that leg bone a little bit, you might even feel the psoas or the iliacus come on a little bit on the inside of the hip, broadening at the base of the pelvis. 10 more seconds. And release. Go ahead and take the block away. And roll onto your hands and knees. Come into a kneeling groin position, right leg forward. Both hands to the inside of that foot. Drawing your body forward, back toes tucked under, squeezing the back knee and the front heel towards each other. And then maybe the elbows come down to the floor. Maybe you use your block underneath an elbow if it doesn't quite want to get there, and just open up that hip and groin. One more deep breath here. And then tuck your tailbone under, bring your hands up to the top of your front knee, and then lift that back knee up off the floor. Just get strong in your legs. Hands behind you if you feel comfortable being in balance there. And once again, roll the top of the arm bones back, shoulder blades coming onto your back into that shoulder stretch once again. And then turn the back foot, set the back heel down so it's parallel to the short edge of that mat. Bow forward into your hips and open those shoulders. Let your neck go. And then inhale, come up. Set the back knee back down. And switch sides. Left foot coming forward. Hands on the inside of the foot. Open that back hip, tuck the back toes under, squeeze the back knee in towards your front heel. Maybe to the elbow. Then cultivate some strength in your legs, tuck your back toes under, hands up to your knee. Find your balance. If that's enough, just stay there. You can handle a little more, hands behind you, open your shoulders. If you're comfortable still, turn the back foot to the short edge of your mat, bending forward, bowing forward. Open up your shoulders one more time. And coming up. Setting that back knee down once more. Coming back, cats and dogs. And runner stretch. You can do this assisted or not. Right foot forward, front heel right in front of the knee, and then tucking the back toes under, pressing both legs towards straight. If that feels like a lot for your hamstring, use a chair or a block. Come into that same position, split one leg forward and one leg back, and just go into that hamstring. Lift your tailbone so that you're putting a little bit of an arch in your back. Feel the hamstring open, but make sure it's in the belly of the hamstring and not up by the sit bone. Coming forward and just breathe into that. Switch. And then come into a downward facing dog pose. Starting on your hands and knees. Gripping the floor with your fingers, making that suction at where the phalanges or fingers meet the palms. And then squeeze the thumb and the pinky finger toward each other to keep the wrists safe. Go ahead and lift your shoulders toward your ears, tuck your toes, and then press all the way up. Sliding the shoulder blade toward your ear, and then hug the shoulder blade toward the floor again so that your shoulders rotate outward or your elbows kind of rotate toward your knees. Keep that length. Find your breath. Find that length from the heel all the way up. Linking everything together, all that work that we've done so far. And then come on out of that. Take your block to the wall or find a place where you can do a wall drop. And just link everything back together. Find your butt muscles, find your shoulders. Just give it a moment to let your heels hang down. Stacking your low joints back up, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. And then release out of that. Come into an air bench or a chair pose. So if you don't have a wall, Chair pose, turn your quads on. If you have a wall, go into an air bench. Turn on those thigh muscles. We need them to work, just not to overwork. Round your back for a moment. Low belly turning on, and then put a little arch back into your back so you're back to neutral. Open your shoulders. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring the thumbs back to the floor, even if you're in a chair pose or an air bench. Find that length once more. Turning on those quads. And release out of it. Find your static back position with your legs over a chair or your Shavasana position, legs out straight on the floor. We'll just do a little bit of a centering meditation today. Go back to connecting to your breathing. Feel your body. And connect to your feet. When a community like ours shows up to connect to the present moment, to your higher self, to being the witness, it's powerful. And the vibration that we can create can be felt exponentially. So taking this moment to just recognize that there's a lot of fear that's showing up for people, and that we are a community that cultivates health and support and love and joy. And that we can help to send that out to the world. So as you allow your thoughts to just settle or to simply witness them without controlling them or being taken by them, show up to the place of just the witness of whatever is arising for you. I'm going to give you 2 minutes again to just be in the silence. And in that silence, feel the support of the community doing this with you. As you begin to come out of that silence, I want you to just exhale any fear that might be arising and inhale love and support. Exhale and inhale safety and health. Exhale anything else that you notice showing up for you. That's just your mind wanting to take you out of the calm. And inhale the most joyful vibration you can muster. I'm going to unmute you all so that we can check in before we say goodbye. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate it.